I remember the first Pesach, my wife and I arrived in Golden Beach. I went to distribute shmura matzah from house to house. After I got to the third house, somebody had already called the police on me. When I reminisce where we started and where we are today, I must tell you, it's just beyond, above all of our hopes.
It's worth mentioning that Golden Beach was incorporated in 1929, and the official publication of Golden Beach was known as the Blue Book. And the very last page of a municipal document, an incorporated township in Dade County, said, "No Jews."
Welcome to this very special 25th year celebration of Chabad of Golden Beach.
I had Rabbi Amar chasing me from time to time. Hey, you should come. One Shabbat. So I went a couple of times in a room in the basement of the hotel, at the end of the hotel, completely at the end, on the underground, in a room with no windows. The room is maybe 180 feet, barely minyan. I prayed a couple of times over there. I don't know what was the occasion, but the rabbi from time to time was chasing me. She'd better come and have a Shabbat with us, one Shabbat a month.
15 years ago, I walked into the Chabad of Golden Beach. And I meet this rabbi, and I said to him, I said, "Rabbi, I'd like to learn a little bit more about my Judaism."
It was the first time I saw the rabbi. The rabbi. I went out, say goodbye, nice to meet you. I went out, and I don't know where this idea came to me. I said, okay, I can do tefillin for a month, maybe. No question asked. I know I need to get up to do that tefillin until sunset. So I will find those 5 minutes. Baruch Hashem, it was like 14 years ago, I still do it.
We moved into the community 4 years ago, and I actually remember the day that the rabbi came to our house and knocked on the door just to say hi and welcome us into the community. And I thought it was such a nice gesture that already made us feel welcome.
I don't know what happened. The rabbi got me on a good day. It was beautiful outside. He came to me, say, "Please, one Shabbat." And I committed to one Shabbat. So here I am, I'm going to do Shabbat, got ready. And it's not in my concept of life to be a Shomer Shabbat. And I'm doing my second Shomer Shabbat. This one is even tougher than the second one. And I see the rabbi with a smile. What a smile. And I saw him so happy, and me, deeply inside me, I'm looking and say, "Rabbi, just enjoy to see me for a second time, because next week I'm going back to my community." So I arrive at the synagogue and I remember the rabbi. Now it's the third time, and I think that all of a sudden his smile goes all the way to his ears, and he's making a speech about the person that, committed for one Shabbat and came the second Shabbat. I'm laughing because I remember deeply inside saying, "You know what, Rabbi, next week, that's it, it's finished. Don't think that I'm coming back. I'm not Shomer Shabbat. I did it out of respect the first time, I promise you. Second, third time for my father-in-law. Next week, I'm going back to my habits." And from there, I never took the car again, and I became completely Shomer Shabbat. My wife became Shomer Shabbat. Some of my kids became Shomer Shabbat. I realized that when I thought that Shomer Shabbat people were prisoners, I realized that the people that are prisoners are the people that are not Shomer Shabbat. They depending on the phone. When I do not depend on the phone, they depending on things that they want to do on Shabbat that we don't do. Okay, all of a sudden we enjoy the family. We enjoy absolutely things in all different way. Shabbat is something very magic. Whatever have problems at work, the minute Shabbat starts, you forget everything for 25 hours. So this is how I started with the community.
When I first started keeping Shabbat, I oftentimes sat alone in the kitchen. And then slowly my parents started joining me. And then a few years in, from the different members of the community, when they heard that I often didn't have anywhere to go in the beginning, I had 5 invitations for Shabbat every Friday night. I wasn't sure where to go. And from that came beautiful friendships that blossom to this day. And we've all become like a big family, and for that I'm very thankful.
So the rabbi married us. I remember it was 2009, like it was yesterday. And so quick, it was a year afterward we had Zohar David, Baruch Hashem. And then Ori Yecheskel, and the rabbi was his Sandak, Baruch Hashem. It was flying so fast. And now we have in 3 weeks, Baruch Hashem, Zohar's Bar Mitzvah. And everything happened in Chabad of Golden Beach.
The Rabbi Chay over the years became more involved. She got a lot more involved with the community, with all the daily events, monthly events with the women, and that made a huge difference for us women in the community. We grew a lot closer because of her.
And the same goes to Mushki and the Rabbanit are always looking up to others, paying attention to the ladies around, showing interest, and this is wonderful. And I think such an important part of being a leader is seeing the others, and you guys are doing a really good job at that.
There have been incredible Rosh Chodesh functions at people who very generously open their home and offer all kinds of painting and candle making, and it's always preceded by a lecture from the Rebbetzin on the significance of that specific Rosh Chodesh, and they're extremely well attended. It's just a really wonderful, inclusive, welcoming opportunity for women to get together.
It's always amazing because everybody gather together, all the women, and the Rabbanit does also a shiur. We have different programs also during the week that you can go and enjoy. You can learn how to speak Hebrew. You can learn Tanya with the Rabbanit.
It's so nice to see women come together, not only once a month, but for the other programs with the Women's Yeshiva. Bet Tzila Women's Yeshiva hosts these classes in the morning and at night. And hopefully, we will continue growing in other languages as well. Besides that, having a yeshiva with 14 boys, which are studying all day and spreading Torah, is really something so special for our community.
We are very lucky to have them to improve the quality, the spiritual life of our community.
I invested in the yeshiva. You gave me a magic number, and I told Rabbi, between you and me, I commit to that number. The first years we got with the yeshiva was absolutely stunning. 1 year after another one, seeing it growing, Bachurim become full of energy to share what they learn and to bring Judaism and Torah in each and every home.
I love the fact that when I invest in this community, we see we have a kollel. We constantly have yeshiva students coming through here that are learning. We have programs for the children. At some point we had children running amok in the synagogue. You know, we all took action. Now we have a children's program, and now we're going to be opening our children's center soon, God willing.
Ashkenazi Chabad Minyan, back in the day, it was in the small room downstairs. So we decided that we need to rent a bigger hall in the hotel. And from a hall to another hall, we finally get to the campus room.
Menachem has added so much character and warmth to the synagogue, to the Ashkenazi Minyan. And we finally have a place to call our own, to daven. Believe it or not, it's even bigger now than the Moroccan Minyan. I walk in there, there's at least 5 fantastic guys that invite me to sit down. Somehow a siddur appears, Menachem comes over and gives me a hug, as he does to every one of the congregants. And for us Jews, for us ex-Soviet Jews, he makes us feel welcome. He makes us feel like we belong.
Every Wednesday morning, we host a class for wonderful young men who want to study in their language, in Spanish. The class started just a year ago with 1 person and now exceeds 12 people. It is so nice to see how people have become one big family. We now even have on Friday night a special minyan for those who live in the north of Golden Beach. To see people hosting others, their neighbors, not only to study Torah, but on Shabbat, one family invites the next. It's like this that we have grown to become one big family.
Usually in the synagogue, I saw synagogues before where I was, community where I was really involved. And I saw going from a family to a company. And Baruch Hashem with us, from a family, we became a bigger family and a bigger family and a bigger family.
It's very special to see a community that has come together, united, people from all backgrounds and all social levels. Nevertheless, we are all united together. Whether you are Israeli, whether you're Sephardi, whether you're Ashkenazi, whether you're from South America, whether you speak Russian or Spanish or French, it doesn't matter. We're all here to serve one God. And it's happening right here at Chabad of Golden Beach.
Look where we are today. Today we have a room for the kids. We have now the synagogue upstairs for the Chabad Minyan. And I don't know, the next step, the only next step I can see is owning now this hotel and making it a beautiful hotel for Jewish people coming from all over the world. I'm extremely proud to be a part of this community, and we don't take it for granted.
We've learned about our heritage, we've learned about our Judaism, we've become proud of it, we've become practicing. My mother is koshering her kitchen. For a Soviet Jew who 15 years ago didn't know what kashrus was, it's an incredible achievement. I'm proud to be a part of what we've built here. I'm very, very thankful to the rabbi and his family for their hard work these last 15 years that I've watched, their tireless hard work. And I look forward to seeing, God willing, where we go in the next 15 years.
Thank you so much for your generous support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your generosity.